there, everybody, and welcome back to another Alchemy Guide. We're going to quickly go over the skill check action, which is a D&D specific action that you have access to when creating a custom action here in Alchemy. So when you go to create an action, you're obviously given the chance to go ahead and add an icon to whatever the action you want is. And then you can also label the action, however you want. Now, this example is using specifically a skill check action. So we have several things that we can do. We can, of course, name the action. We can add a description to this just in case there is specifics to a reason behind why we use this. And then we can see here that it adds all the skills that you have access to on the D&D sheet. Now, the thing that's really special about this is that it automatically will apply different things to it. Now, you can have just a straight roll if you'd like for whatever reason, but this is where it gets special. You can have it automatically roll advantage or disadvantage every time you use this action. So best case scenario or best case use that I can think of at least would be, let's say, for instance, you're wearing armor. And when you equip that armor, you always have disadvantage on stealth checks. So let's go ahead and say, for instance, Chainmail stealth. And whenever we use Chainmail now, we can go ahead and say our stealth checks are always at disadvantage. And by doing this and creating this action, we now have access to Chainmail stealth. So whenever I go into a game or I create a character, I know that I can add an action type called Chainmail stealth anytime I'm using that. Now, what's really cool is that we can attach actions to items. So instead of creating this action as a universe action, what I can do is create Chainmail as an action inside of Chainmail. So for instance, if I have the Chainmail item right here, and we'll just make it really quick. We don't have to go through the specifics or anything like that. Let's say, for instance, I have the Chainmail item. We can then go over to actions and create the action that is attached to this item. So let's say, for instance, this is now stealth disadvantage. We can now go ahead and click that skill check, go down to stealth, and make it disadvantage. Now, why is this cool? Well, now, whenever I add this item to my inventory, it'll allow me to equip the item. So I can now equip the Chainmail. And by doing so, it automatically applies that action to that character's action pool. So now, whenever I use this, whenever I go over to my actions and I have this item equipped, it will automatically show that I have disadvantage on stealth checks, and you can use it to roll the disadvantage on stealth. Now, the other neat thing is, well, what if I'm not wearing that armor? With a simple click to unequip the item, you can go over to your actions and you'll see that that is no longer available and you can roll stealth normally. Well, with that, you have everything you need to know about this action specifically. Now, as I said before, this is a D&D specific action, the skill check action. So you won't find it in other systems, but if you are playing D&D, go ahead and have fun with it and see what you can create to make these rolls a lot easier for you. All right, that's all I got for this. I appreciate you guys hanging out for another Alchemy Guide, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.